So I replaced it with some Eminence Legends, which are top of the line 10-inch bass speakers. And then I pulled out all the wiring. I'm getting rid of all this. It came with a cheap horn that weighs about an ounce, so you know it's awesome. And I want to get rid of the printed circuit board. I don't use the horn anyway, so I don't need all that interference in between my amp and the speakers. So the speakers were originally wired in series. I rewired them in parallel with a little heavier cable, and I'm about to lose this, and then I made a jack plate out of a sign I had in the yard, and I wanted to go for the rustic look, so I left the paint on, didn't try to repaint it, I just ground it a little bit. And I also built this grill for it with wheat covering and a little bit of piping on the sides, and since it's not really acoustic anymore, I put a Peterbilt logo on it that and here's what it looks like finished. There's the front with the wheat grill. I added casters. And here's the back with the rustic jack plate. Metal, so when you screw something in or press too hard it doesn't snap. Here's the original acoustic grill with the light blue, classic acoustic light blue, and then here's the grill that I put on it with wheat and a Peterbilt logo. I also put side pads on the side of it, so for practice I can sit on the top with it upright, but at gigs, with the 210 particularly, you want as much sound, as much of the cabinet touching the floor as possible. So what I usually do is flip it over like that and put my amp on top of it, and it sounds great. And that's it, project complete. And I didn't really want to get into building my own cabinet because I like the hardware on it. I'm okay with the covering, although if I was doing it custom I would do something a little more interesting. But and I particularly like the speaker configuration. I like that this is going to be sacrilegious, but I like that it's the size of a guitar cabinet. It's easy to lift, but it's not traditional shape of a 210 cabinet, which is way low to the floor. Like, the only thing in most 210 cabinets do is blow your knees out. This one's light, and it has a little more height on it, so you can hear it a lot better on stage. It still didn't cost me all the parts. The cabinet I got for real cheap. You can pick these suckers up now for like under $200 because everyone's realizing how crappy they are. Okay, I'm doing my sound test on this cabinet. I'm playing through a modified Jaguar bass. It's got a Seymour Duncan Antiquity 2 pickups in it, so there's no active electronics or nothing hooked up right now. It's all passive. I got my cabinet here, running it through my Mark Bass 2 head. Everything's pretty flat, and I'll try to videotape and play at the same time. That didn't work. Let me set this down for a second. though it's no great bass amp from the 80s. That's my test amp, and that baby is awful sounding, but it's fun.